y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Deneen and this is my first YouTube video, and wanted to make videos because I just recently had VSG surgery back on July the 28th, and I wanted to document my journey. I wanted to share with people what I went through, just in case maybe you want to have surgery in the future, or you're thinking about having surgery, or you even had surgery. And I wanted to document what happened, what I went through in the process that it took me to get to having surgery. So again, my name is Deneen. I'm 35 years old and I am a mother. I decided to have VSG because I've been overweight my whole life, and I was just sick of it. I had lost weight via like diet pills 10 years ago, and it took me 10 years to gain all of the weight back that I had lost. I had lost about 70 or 80 pounds back in 2010, and it actually was April of 2010 that I lost that weight, and it took me 10 years, but I gained all of my weight back. So my next thought process was, let's try surgery. Back when I had realized, or I've heard of other people having the sleeve done, I think it was like 2014 was when I first was introduced to it by I forget the girl's name, but I watched her YouTube video and she had it done, her sister had it done, and they were successful and they lost weight. And then I just saw like a snowball effect go with various YouTubers that I would watch, either on YouTube or Instagram. They had surgery. I know people in my personal life who've had surgery, and we're all successful. So now in 2020, or actually back in 2019, that's when I made the decision that, hey, I'm going to look into this, see what it's about, because you think of surgery is scary. I mean, when I had my daughter back in 2008, that was my first time having surgery, and I was scared half to death, and I almost died after it. So, of course, surgery was something that I was very frightened by, and that I did not ever think that I would go through with, but I went through with it. So yeah, so VSG was something that it was just like, let me do my research, let me look at the videos on YouTube, because that's what I did too. I watched several people go through a journey, and to see them be successful, it made me know that, hey, you got this, you can do this too. So back in December of 2019, on the 23rd of December 2019 is when I had my consultation to have VSG done. My process was very fast. I would say I only had 3 months that I had to do like nutrition and go see doctors and things like that, because of my health insurance. I have Keystone Health Plan East. So that was pretty fast, and that frightened the crap out of me. And my original surgery was actually scheduled for March 27th of 2020. But as we all know, March 13th of 2020, COVID shut everything down. So that surgery didn't happen. And so then when they brought back the elective surgeries, I picked July the 28th, 2020, and that's when I had my surgery. So I am currently a week and 3 days out, and I feel good. I don't have much pain. At first, that first day, I sat on my bed like, what did you do? But it wasn't a terrible experience. It was just pain and discomfort. That's just all I could say. Pain and discomfort. And when I came out of surgery, I just remember waking up in pain, and I was so high off of drugs. Whatever anesthesia they gave me, I was high, And I woke up in pain though, and I remember screaming that to the nurses, like, I'm in pain, I'm in pain. And then I would pass back out. And then they moved me to my room, and they would try to get me to eat like ice chips, but I kept dry heaving, which is the most painful thing ever. Dry heaving. I'd rather actually throw up than to dry heave. But anyway, that was the most complication that I've had the weekend having surgery. And that lasted for about 2 days, the dry heaving. Every time I would try to get water or ice chips or anything down, I would dry heave. And so they kept me overnight just because I was severely nauseous. So I had to stay 2 nights at the hospital after my surgery. So I had my surgery on a Tuesday, but I didn't come home until Thursday. And I will have to say that it hasn't been bad. I won't complain about it. It's a definite change, because you never would think that drinking 16 ounces of water would take you an hour, or trying to drink a 8-ounce protein shake would take an hour, or you can't finish, because right now I'm on my period stage, so I can't finish applesauce or pudding. Anything that I try to eat, I can't finish it. And you would never think that you wouldn't be able to finish these small things, but your stomach is so small that how are you going to finish it? I know they also won't let you out of the hospital. That's one thing too. When I was in the hospital, they kept asking me about passing gas, and the main thing that I had to do was get up and walk. That is the one thing that if you do nothing else, if you're having the surgery, if you do nothing else, as soon as they say walk, walk. Because it will definitely save you a lot of pain, a lot of gas pain. Because as soon as I started to get out the bed, like when I was in the recovery unit, I was in the recovery unit for a while because whatever anesthesia they gave me, my blood pressure was through the roof. But anyway, when I had told them that I had to go to the bathroom, at first the nurse wanted to give me a bib hand, and then she quickly changed that. Like, no, wait, let me go get a wheelchair. I'm gonna wheel you over to the bathroom. We want you to get up and go to the bathroom. So that's what I did. I got up and I used the bathroom, and they were just weary, like, okay, are you dizzy? Are you going to faint? Can you stand up on your own? And once they saw that I could do that, it was like, okay, off to your room. And they would tell me, you have to walk. So back in the hospital, I do remember doing that. At first, I started off in my room, and they had me hooked up to fluids. So naturally, like every 2 hours, I had to go to the bathroom anyway. So I had to get up, unplug. I think that was the most annoying thing to me in the hospital, is that I would have to get up and unplug my IV pole, and I had an IV stuck in my hand, which is painful, but whatever. This one wasn't too bad. Get up, unplug my pole, drag my pole with me to the bathroom, and go to the bathroom. But what I would do to walk at first, initially, because I didn't want to wear a mask the whole time I was in the hospital, I would walk back and forth. I had my own room. So I would just take my pole with me back and forth to the door, to the window, to the door, to the window, like that. And that worked for me. And then once all the doctors and people were done coming in my room, I think Wednesday, that was the first time, because I had my surgery Tuesday. And so when I got to my room Tuesday and I didn't feel sick, that's when I walked back and forth, back and forth. But so Wednesday was the first time I ventured out of my room and walked around, but I had to put a mask on and everything. But I did my lap, and that was fine. And then Thursday, I was lapping it. So you don't stay down for a long time. That's one thing I appreciated is, although you have to just be slow because your insides are still healing. Even now, a week out, I still have to do things kind of slow because my insides are still healing. But yeah, I have 6 incisions. I don't know how many incisions everybody else gets, but I have 6 of them. And the most painful one is the one where my belly button is. And I'm going to assume that's where they did the most work of tugging and pulling my stomach out and things, because that is the only one that gives me the most pain a week out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not in severe pain or anything like that. It was a good surgery. I liked my surgeon. I'm based in Pennsylvania, and I went to Mercy Fisher Hospital, and my surgeon's name was Dr. Ramachandra. So I really liked him a lot. He was a good doctor. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share my experience. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and ask them to me. You will see me again. This will not be my last video. I'll come back and share what I ate my first week, and and also my second week, since I am into my period stage of eating. So thanks guys, talk to you later. Bye.